Hello students, welcome to Advantages and Disadvantages of Pilot Plant Part 2. In our last video, we have seen what are the various advantages that are being offered by pilot plant. However, the videos extended too much, therefore we stopped, and in this video, we'll be seeing disadvantages of pilot plant. So, let's begin. So students are talking about disadvantage that we have already seen that pilot plant offers numerous advantages. However, there are also some of the disadvantages or challenges that are being associated with pilot plant. So we'll be seeing these challenges one by one. So the first disadvantage of pilot plant is high cost. So definitely setting up and operating a pilot plant can be expensive. It requires investment in equipment, infrastructure, utilities, personals and maintenance, है ना? तो आपको जब पायलट प्लांट के लिए इंस्ट्रूमेंट्स सेटअप करने हैं, आपको उसके लिए एक अलग से इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर चाहिए. दिस ऑलरेडी वी हैव सीन इन जनरल रिक्वायरमेंट्स, राइट? सो their maintenance, all things are costly. The cost of scaling down or replicating processes for pilot plant testing can also be significant. This financial burden may limit the feasibility of establishment of a pilot plant. So obviously it cannot be feasible for at least to a smaller companies or startups which have limited resources. So they may find it of high cost and definitely it is not feasible for them. Okay. So first challenge for pilot plant is high cost, that is it need cost for its equipment, infrastructure, utilities, personals, maintenance, etc. Then the second is limited scale. So students, we have already seen that a pilot plant operates on a smaller scale compared to a full scale production facilities. However, this allows a cost effective testing and experiments, but it may not fully represent the complexities and challenges that arises in large scale operations, right? Here what we do is when we operate at pilot scale, then whatever the problems are there, those problems may be comparatively different that we may face while large scale operations, right? So various factors such as fluid dynamics, heat transfer and mass transfer may differ between pilot plants and full scale plants, leading to uncertainties during scale up. सो जब आप एक्चुअल में स्केल अप के लिए जाओगे तो ऐसा भी हो सकता है कि आपने जो पायलट स्केल पे परफॉर्म किया था वहाँ पे आपने जो चैलेंजेस फेस किए थे वो चैलेंजेस कुछ हद तक या फिर काफ़ी हद तक अलग हैं एट अ लार्जर स्केल. सो दैट इज़ कॉल्ड एज लिमिटेड स्केल. So this is the second disadvantage of pilot plant. Moving to the next one. So next disadvantage of pilot plant is time constraints. So conducting experiment and trials in a pilot plant can be time consuming. The iterative nature of process optimization and product development requires multiple iterations and adjustment before achieving desired outcomes. This extended timeline can delay the commercialization of new process or product, impacting time to market objectives. So basically students, when you come to know that these things are needed in market and you have started its pilot plant studies or you have started its formulation at a pilot scale, तो ऑब्वियसली इट टेक्स अ लार्जर टाइम, उसके लिए काफ़ी टाइम लगता है ना, टू कम टू अ न्यू प्रोडक्ट और प्रोसेस. सो इट इज़ पॉसिबल दैट the time that you need to come to the result that is too long, that it has been taken or some other someone else has taken the market, उन्होंने मार्केट कैप्चर कर लिया या फिर लोगों को उसके लिए कुछ अल्टरनेटिव मिल गया. ठीक है, इट मे नॉट बी इन दैट डिमांड एज इट वॉज प्रीवियस, है ना. सो दिस इज़ वॉट आई वॉन्ट टू टेल कि दिस इज़ वन मोर लिमिटेशन ऑफ पायलट प्लांट. देन द नेक्स्ट वन इज़ limited representative sampling. So due to smaller scale, pilot plant may have limitations in obtaining representative samples for analytical or quality control purpose. Variations in sampling techniques and equipments can introduce uncertainties when attempting to assess product quality, purity, or consistency. Additional efforts may be needed to ensure that data collected in pilot plant accurately represents the larger scale production scenario. है ना? तो फिर when we are producing at a smaller scale, obviously it may or there may be some sort of difference in terms of their quality, purity and consistency in comparison to the same things when they are being produced at a larger scale. So this is one more limitation. Moving to next one. So next disadvantage of pilot plant is regulatory considerations. Students, pilot plant may need to comply with certain regulatory requirements depending on the industry and nature of process being conducted there, right? So meeting regulatory standard for safety, product quality and environmental impact can add complexity and increase the compliance cost. है ना? Also, it is essential or it is required for that the firm must comply with the regulatory consideration. For ensuring compliance during pilot plant operations is essential to avoid potential regulatory hurdles during scale up और commercialization. अगर आप पायलट प्लांट पे जा रहे हो तो जो भी रेगुलेटरी रिक्वायरमेंट्स हैं आपको वहाँ पे वो फुलफिल करने हैं, है ना? तो so that when you're going for a larger scale, you're not going to face any sort of hurdles while commercialization of your product. So here you may need to have additional cost or you may need to have to face some complexity while in terms of its regulatory consideration. Then the next disadvantage is resource limitation. So pilot plant offers limited resource including personnel, then equipment and raw material. This constraint may impact the scope and duration of trial, the number of experiments that can be conducted simultaneously and the range of process variations that can be explored. So basically students, when you are going for a pilot studies, at that time whatever the resources are available to you, that may be limited, right? It may be in terms of personal, equipment, raw material, whatever it is, है ना? तो when it is limited, so obviously it may restrict you to limited resources and it may restrict you to the level of detail that you should achieve ड्यूरिंग इट्स पायलट ऑपरेशंस. सो आपको जितना इन्फॉर्मेशन, जितना नॉलेज या फिर जितना सैम्पल्स वगैरह आपको यहाँ पे मिलने चाहिए थे, हो सकता है दैट यू मे गेट कंपैरेटिवली लेस देन दैट एक्सपेक्टेड इन pilot scale up because of limited resources. Okay, now moving to the next one. So next disadvantage is operational challenges. So pilot plant can encounter operational challenges similar to those faced in full scale production, including equipment breakup, then process deviations and raw material availability issues. However, these challenges can have a relatively higher impact on a overall operations of a pilot plant due to its smaller scale. It requires effective troubleshooting, maintenance and contingency plans to mitigate disruptions and maintain continuous operations. So obviously these are the some of the issues that you may face during the production, है ना? तो थोड़े बहुत challenges आपको face करने पड़ सकते हैं during your pilot studies also, like that of equipment breakdown, then process deviations या फिर raw material का available होना, ये सारे issues हो सकते हैं, so that you may have. So however, despite of these disadvantages, pilot plant remains crucial for process optimization, risk reduction and innovation in many industries. By understanding and addressing these challenges, organizations can leverage the benefits of pilot plants and make informed decisions while scaling up process and bringing new product to market. So although there are these disadvantages, however pilot plant is crucial and if someone makes use of pilot plant, then definitely they can overcome the various risk that may be associated. Okay, and they can have more innovative products in the market, etc. Okay, so that's all students in our today's video. Thank you for watching. I hope you have understood difference between advantages as well as disadvantages of pilot plants. So thank you.